Yeah, you could
You
be.
put that in there, you put that in there just to annoy the crap out of me every week, didn't you?
You could be good at it, like everything. Like,
Mark likes to put spelling mistakes into stuff to watch me go crazy.
No, I just make spelling mistakes.
No, I think you do it on purpose.
I can hotwire your,
That should be our question in the chat. Have you seen a spelling mistake yet in this episode?
And
if
then
you have, put it in the chat. Let us know what you saw.
And maybe to help me improve on my spelling, if you catch it, we'll send you $2.
I think it's on purpose now.
We'll send you.
It does it deliberately.
We'll send you $2 in the mail when you catch a spelling error.
Happy Friday, everybody! Dennis on Demand is back.
We are back.
And better than ever.
Back.
Man, oh man, what a week! It's been good.
How
It's been kind of crazy.
what a whirlwind let's talk about the let's talk the small stuff, like small talk stuff.
Let's have some small talk, shall we?
Let's have some small talk. This year has gone by.
It's December.
It is
What?
we are
December.
approaching the end of. What year is it?
The end is nigh.
It's 2022. We are approaching the end
Of 20. Really? Wow.
Well,
When you frame it like that.
not the all end, but the end of 2022. No,
According to the manuscript, we still have some time.
a little bit. I don't know. It depends on what literature you're reading on the subject.
Because there's a lot.
Well, we should have been over a few times. There's all these
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus.
We're off by a couple of digits, buddy.
Hey, Y2K, you didn't get us, right? Now we're challenging
Let's knock on wood and let's just take that all back.
the end of day.
We'll edit that.
See, we went from the superficial talk to really
Got serious all of a sudden.
serious. I don't know. I've been really angry and serious these days.
Well, it's time to snap out of it because it's Friday. And it's time to talk a little bit about some marketing stuff. Things that are going well. Do we want to have a little bit of small talk before we get into the nuts and bolts of today's 15-minute session?
Just
Notice how I put a hard stop on it?
trying to figure things out here, like the overlays and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we
There it
go.
is.
Hey, there we go.
Wow, it's good work on that, Mark. You really jazzed that up. That looks real. That's just some production value right there.
I need to get
Hey, beggars can't be choosers. Who am I to knock your creativity?
It's time to get back into the gym there.
Oh, you look good.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I look so much better. You purposely lit me badly. I don't like that.
Well, if I light you too much, I'll highlight with this title here what shines really bright.
Put it right on my face.
Here, I'll turn up the light right here.
Will this bring value? I don't have to say it anymore. It's just right there. There it is.
I'm gonna park it there. That's not it. Let's see. That's kind of nice.
So why don't you fade it up from black and we'll do like a synchronized, will this bring value to my dental practice? Let's try that.
Okay. Hang on. Okay, you ready?
Here we go. This is on the fly.
Okay.
Will this bring value to my dental practice? We're supposed to say it together.
Oh, do you want music though?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's try that. This is the fun of doing content creation on the fly. I should look right at the camera. Here it comes.
Yeah,
Ready?
give it right to the camera.
This is like a 1985 infomercial. Ready?
Got to turn it.
Okay, there it goes. Welcome to Dennis on Demand. It's time for you to ask yourself, will this bring value to my dental practice?
Are you spending too much money on your marketing? Well, we can help you, maybe, hopefully.
Was I looking at the wrong camera?
No, I switched it over to me. This is
Hold
terrible.
on. What camera am I looking at?
This is too intense.
Let's go
I
back.
gotta turn down my mic.
Was I supposed to look at this camera?
No, that's you. Yeah.
I'm here. I was looking at that one.
Come on,
I screwed it up. Okay, one more time.
Okay.
I want to try this.
Okay, hang on. I'll stop.
How was that? We'll open up the phone lines.
Okay,
Copyright infringement.
Oh yeah, I know you can't.
Oh, you're gonna get caught.
No, that was us.
Jerry's gonna find you.
That was us laughing. I play the bass guitar.
Here we go.
That
Give me
was
the
actually
intro.
recorded on a piano, by the way. All right, are you ready?
Here we go. One more time.
Okay.
Oh, someone's texting me right in the middle of the show. How rude. Okay, I got the right camera this time.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you in at the music when the music drops.
Welcome to Dennis on Demand, and it's time for you to ask yourself, will this bring value to my dental practice? Let's open up the phone line, shall we?
What's up on the? And we got our callers on the line.
All right. We've got Dr. Smith in Tallahassee.
I'll give that. That's what I'll rate that.
That's a C-.
I would say we would do it again, but
okay. Let's jump in. I want to keep this concise today.
What are we?
Somebody has a Christmas concert they want to go to, apparently.
Oh yeah.
So I want to be mindful of your time, and we've just burned 2 minutes playing around with the titles.
That was from last time. Can you hear us? Like, let us know if you can hear us.
Was that? I'm like Mohammedan again. We've got a recurring guest. This is we don't. Viewer. So he didn't say we're having issues with the sound. You can hear me okay?
I hope he's...
Because last time you could not.
Oh, we don't need that.
All right, let's jump in, man. Will this bring value to my dental practice? What are we jumping into? We want to do like a Q&A today because you've been out there, you've been working with clients, I've been working with clients, working on their referral program. And we've had that question a few times. What exactly does Dentist on Demand do?
Yes.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Because we do a lot.
We quickly... we do a lot of our own things, and a lot of it is evaluation and assurances and keeping all sorts of different parties in check, including keeping the practice in line, having them bought into their investment of time and their investment into their own business and their marketing program.
Yeah, and I think if you're to someone was to ask us that question, which we got recently, I'd say we're really kind of your marketing coaches. But was that fair to call us marketing coaches?
I suppose so. Yeah. In our wings, we have a bunch of amazing
we work with
folks that we leverage. But at our nucleus, what we want to discover with you is, and we focus on the three. We call it the 3 R's.
Thank you.
Which is, most importantly is recall. So if we're investing any time in marketing, let's make sure those people are coming back.
Recall. That's important. So getting away from the coaches conversation. Sorry, we're going down the 3 R's now, but you're right. So just working with yourself and myself, at the very heart of it is building that referral program, the 3 R's, recall, referrals, and reviews. And talking about how critical those are, and making sure the team's on board. And if they're not, what that trajectory looks like, what building a solid referral program into your practice entails, how long it takes, what type of investment you need from your team. So getting back to the question, what do you guys do? Building the 3 R's into your practice is really the ground level of what we do. Which
in itself is the foundation of your marketing. So you can be spending money on building your website. You can be spending money on building your SEO or, paid advertisement. But what we want to look at first is, are those patients going to be sticky to your practice? And, in terms of reviews, things like collecting reviews amplify, say you're spending money on marketing, you're spending money on advertisement. They're going to be, if somebody sees an advertisement, that for them to make a decision whether or not to come to see you, they're going to check out those reviews. Reviews play into organic traffic as well. There's the 3 R's are so crucial and so vital to having success moving forward. And say you're in between marketing companies. Keeping your 3 R's in check. You can
your lifeline.
You continue to bring new patients into your practice, regardless if you're, injecting cash into your marketing.
Because what's a marketing company doing, right? They're really taking the great things that you're doing in your practice, and they're marketing it. They're marketing your brand. They're marketing what you're doing in your practice and bringing that amazing experience to your patients. So. Because we partner with a number of marketing companies that really, that symbiotic relationship between us and a marketing company to say, hey, here's a great dental practice. And we'll go to our partners and say, how can we best tell this story about this particular dental office? They've got a great team. They've got some amazing dentists in here. Mm-hmm. Let's come together as a team with Dentist on Demand and your marketing company to say, here's the strategy. Here's what Dentist on Demand is doing. Here's what your marketing company is doing.
Yeah.
And here's the referral program underneath it all.
And what that means too is we want you to have a clear understanding of what you're investing your money into. You know, you don't have to know the nuances of keywords and what entirely makes up SEO, but it's important that you have a clear understanding of why that's important and things that you can control in your practice to positively affect, you know, not just SEO, but the whole grand scheme, the whole picture. Also, you know, another great thing that's happening while doing this process, while setting up the foundation, is we're really bringing the back of the house and the front of the house together, and making the entire team accountable for, you know, everybody's pulling in the same direction. So it's tough, you know. You get the busy day, you get patients coming in and out. Having that underlying focus is crucial, and building an identity, and from that identity, practice culture, being proud to, like, you know, you have the dentist at the chair, you know, case acceptance. If you're proud of your practice, if you're involved in the culture, in the process, everybody's going to want that patient to come back, right? Mm-hmm. It's not just like a restaurant. Like, not that you want patrons to come back and eat at a restaurant too, but it's what we're finding when we're coming into these situations is disconnection. That's what these 3 R's reveal as well. So a lot of what we do is we establish sort of a plan that the entire team can follow.
Workflow, yeah. I want to stop you there because I think that you hit on a good. So when we say disconnection, what does that mean? And I want to illustrate an example where I've seen a bit of that, and I'm like, okay, and it's not a criticism. It's not anything to that effect. It's more things are changing. So we need to work more as a team in a dental practice. So when Mark says disconnection, if it's a siloed practice, if people aren't communicating, if the team harmony is not quite where it should be, that's where we're seeing some disconnects. One example perhaps might be if you'd like your hygienist to pre-appoint your patients in the chair, which falls into the recall bucket, perhaps when you're pre-appointing them, you can say, hey, you know what? While I'm looking for an appointment for you for 3 months or 6 months from now, would you mind giving us a review? You know, whether that can come from the hygienist, whether that can come from the dentist. The feedback I'm seeing is that the best results do come when the dentists themselves when they are asking for the review directly from their patients. But that being said, anyone can do it as long as the question's being asked. So that disconnect, you know, if the patient's walking out of the hygiene room and going straight to the reception area without being pre-appointed, without being asked for a review, Lisa Phillips said this. I got to give her credit because she said there's something that happens to the patient's brain when they leave the hygiene room and get to that reception area. Their mind is now out of the office. They're thinking about getting back to their day. They're thinking about the things they got to do, the people they got to call back, the emails they got to return. They're already mentally checked out. So when they get to the front desk and the receptionist says, hey, can we pre-appoint you? Can we schedule your next appointment for 6 months from now? I'm guessing that the answer 9 times out of 10 is, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing in 6 months from now.
Yeah. Quick tip. It's not off on a tangent at all. I recommend doing this. And you know, each team member can participate in this. Walk into your practice and role play as a patient coming into the practice.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Go through the whole process. Get into the chair. You know, do it all. Get that feel. You gain a great deal of information. I know it's very hard to like totally disconnect your mind and actually put yourself in an actual patient's shoes. But you know, there's a great idea. We set this up where two practices actually did this back and forth, and one practice gave a bunch of notes to the other practice and vice versa, and it was
Really good
highly effective
best practices exercise, right?
Yeah. So really, what are we all in this game for? We're in this game to provide a patient with not only like fantastic oral health and be a partner in their oral health and all that great stuff. It's a business. You want to provide a really great experience for the patient, and make them an ambassador of your practice. So when they're out, somebody's asking, "Man, I haven't been to the dentist in a while. Do you recommend a dentist?" So you want that particular person to not only like say, you should be going to the dentist, and here's a great dentist, but
you've made the first step.
You want that person to be that patient to be very proud, very proud of who they go to see. But that pride doesn't happen unless the office itself is proud about what they're doing, what they're providing, their level of care, their buy-in
as a team,
the culture, the relationships they have in the practice. That's a really tough place to get to, a tough challenge. But
as a business owner, yeah, I mean, you have to perform dentistry competently, and you have to run a successful practice with a team that works harmoniously together. That's not an easy task,
no,
by any means. So
no.
My hat's off to everyone that can do
it. And we're facing really difficult, even finding people to be there. It's a difficult time. My question out there too is, you can leave it in the comments is, are you busy right now? It seems to be kind of slow out there.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of happening economically and in the world right now, with interest rates being the way they are. I think people are being very cautious with what they're spending their money on, but which is weird because we're getting mixed messages that the economy is on a runaway train and inflation's causing problems. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we won't really know what this is all going to look like until, I guess, second quarter next year. Yeah. I mean, May or June, we probably will have a better picture of what the actions that are being taken now, what the impact that'll have.
Yeah.
In 4 or 5 months from now, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just, in my circles, I'm hearing that it's not as busy as folks would like, but you could attribute that to a lot of different variables.
I will say though, counter to that is I have a client who we were just sort of chatting the other day, and he's looking at expanding, and things are going great for him, and he just opened his practice like right before COVID. So 3 years ago. And I said, wow, how are you having so much success? What's happening? He's like, oh, I'm getting 80 new patients a month. And I said,
80, yeah,
80 new patients a month. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Can you can you give me some insight on how you've done that? And he said, Dennis in Vancouver, which is I would say saturated. I said, it's a busy area for dentistry. Like, there's a lot of dentists in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm. But the population, like, honestly, or obviously, the patients per practice ratio isn't the best. But
not the best, but some would argue that the country as a whole is still underserved for dentistry. So I mean, that's a debate into itself. So I said to him, what's the secret to your success? How are you getting 80 patients a month? And he said, you know what? From the day one, when we opened my practice, I asked every single patient that came through my door who I performed dentistry on for a review, personally myself, with humility. Yeah. And that statement alone, I think I added the humility part because he has a very humble, like, if he was my dentist and he asked me for a review, I'd be like, wow, yeah, of course, you're this young, super intelligent, amazing dentist. I would love to have a part in helping you grow your patient base. Like, for me, if I was his patient, I would feel, if he asked me, I'd feel obligated to give him the review because I'm like, here's a guy trying to build his new practice up. Of course, yeah, the human in me wants to do that for him. So again, this plays into the 3 R's that, asking for that review. Sometimes it can feel a little audacious. Sometimes it can feel a little bit like, oh man, I'm not sure if I want to open that can of worms. But On the flip side, what it does is it creates a level of transparency to say, you know what, hey, I'm just a person doing dentistry as best I can, and I want to learn. And if you're not having a great experience, I want to know about it so I can make myself better. At the end of the day, that's what the patient's hearing.
Yeah, and totally. And I guarantee I know who you're talking about too. We've discussed this obviously, and it's one of the reasons why this is where we we start.
I just don't name names because I didn't.
Yeah.
I'd like to get people's permission before I name names.
It would be great to have this particular person on the show. But anyways, this 3 R's, like it hasn't just like, oh, that's a great idea. This is actual tangible things that you can do as a practice owner, as a practice team, yourselves, to generate a really decent amount of patients. And now if you're talking about investing money in marketing, building a website, SEO, whatever that might be,
start there.
Dollar per new patient. That's what we look at.
Costs you nothing.
Yes, this is all built to be proud of what you're doing and create a great place for a patient to come to. But, where was I going? But if we're looking at what is the actual cost per new patient based on marketing spend, what does it cost to ask for a review? Nothing.
But just to hit on that is that if you've been an assistant or hygienist or even a dentist or an associate, and you've been doing dentistry a certain way for 15 years and you've never asked for a review, I totally get it. It's like, oh man, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable.
You know
with
what
doing
else?
that.
And you know what else is kind of weird when you first start? It's riding a bike. Everything is
true. Yeah.
Everything's weird in the beginning, but
there's easy ways around it, right? So when we build a referral program, Mark puts a QR code in every operatory.
Let's make it easy.
Make it real easy. It's right there.
Yeah.
The patient's there. Hey, the QR code's right there. Boom. They can snap the QR code while they're sitting in the chair.
We have a whole curriculum behind like how to ask and when to ask and that whole timeline. So we're here to make that piece a successful piece in your practice. And
expectations, right?
Yep.
If you're like, hey, I want to start collecting reviews, to expect your team to be on board 100% right out of the gate, probably a little. And
we see a lot of this, a lot of excitement in the beginning and a lot of tapering off, and then it's what's happening?
Yeah,
Let's keep going.
Where did that plan go?
Let's go. So every month we're in your corner. That's what we're doing. Every month we're checking in with you. We're giving you strategy. We're talking with your team. We're essentially a part of your team is the way that we like to look at it.
And some people adopt it faster than others. That's just human nature. So if it's not going gangbusters out of the gate, that's okay. As long as you're keeping it a consistent conversation in your practice, then you'll be fine. And
then we establish these key fundamental pieces, and then let's take a look at your website. Let's do an audit. Let's see how things are going on a digital marketing standpoint. But then by the time we get to that step, we've not only established the foundational piece, the recall, folks will come in, they'll leave the reviews. Your spend on marketing will have a much higher ROI.
I agree.
Yes. So
I hope that was that. Can you put the my title back in?
Oh, sorry. Wrong one.
I hope that was valuable. We've seen these tips and tricks and tools bring value to folks' practice, and we hope that you're utilizing some of these tools as well to bring value to your practice. And if you do have questions about how to implement some of these things, in the 3R specifically, reach out to us. Drop us a line, an email, text, you name it. There's 100 ways to get a hold of us.
Go to dentistondemand.com and sign up for a profile, and let's get started. Don't think about it. The longer that you think about it, the more you're missing out. And this stuff it's not going away. So the quicker you get on top of these crucial pieces, the pieces that you can control in your practice, and yes, you can get started on a lot of this stuff on your own. But there's a lot of value add in what we bring too.
And we have some great partners that we work with, not just marketing, but like consultants. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
in the coming weeks, you're going to see, we're going to have a few consultants on the show talking about some of these things and team harmony and empowering your team. So stay tuned for the next few episodes. I was just getting back to an email here. It wasn't Monica that we're going to be chatting with soon. And she's a great consultant. I think she's in Alberta, but she might be local. But yeah, so again, us being a resource for you, if you're like, hey, you know what, can you just put me in touch with someone like Teresa from Optimize
She's awesome.
who can run a course for the team or for anything that you're kind of looking for. The reason I bring this up is just to view us as a resource. You know, hey, I want my team to learn about this, then come to us because we probably know the right person to facilitate that course for you.
And what we are at our nucleus, we want to.
Should we play some music there?
This is like really important. That's why I put it on me. What we want to do.
We have a drum roll. Hold on, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry. Yeah. Should we have like some suspense?
Okay. Well, I haven't said it yet. But, okay. What we're doing for you is not only setting these pieces up for you. We're wanting to make sure that you are maximizing on your marketing spend.
I think that deserves a round of applause.
Oh, I've got that. Hang on.
And that's why. Very well put. But that's why, like, well, earlier I was talking about, like, are we marketing coaches? What are we? I think it's really like, if you have a partner that's working with you to say, we're kind of overlooking your entire marketing.
I'm sorry, we're going to keep you accountable.
Profile.
You're not allowed to get away with it.
From the stuff that you do, for free to the stuff like to directories that you want to put yourself on, such as Dentist on Demand, all the way through to marketing companies. So we're kind of overseeing the entire picture for you to say, you know what worked 6 months ago might not work as much anymore. We might want to focus more in this area now.
Yeah, just like LinkedIn, like, God, stop sending me those messages like, could I have a conversation with you for 15 minutes? I got 15 minutes of your time. I got like, oh my goodness, just blowing up.
Can we just say this on the show? We're not dentists, so please stop sending us.
Hey, Dr. Mark, do you want more patients?
We are not dentists.
Sure.
We try to help dentists grow their practices. So please, if you're on LinkedIn, my name is not Dr. McClendon. Don't send me an email and asking for 5 minutes of my time.
And send a more compelling message then.
I like the communication, don't get me wrong.
It's great.
Like, reach out to me on LinkedIn all day long.
Yeah.
But we're not dentists, so we're trying to help dentists.
We're trying.
Our clients are dentists.
We're not trying.
Thank you.
We are helping dentists.
Well, sometimes I try.
Any other...
Kidding. No, I think we're good. I think that's, so again...
Ooh, serious. That's too serious.
Will this bring value to my practice? I think it does. So stay tuned because we got some exciting guests coming up. Hopefully next week we'll have a surprise guest talking about virtual consults.
Oh yeah, we're
getting back to that virtual consult time.
We bailed on this particular individual, and then he bailed on us. So it's like, I think I
had a bit of a.
I think it's our turn to. I think it's our turn to bail on him next week, and then maybe.
No, we keep bailing on each other. So let's get our guests on next week. So stay tuned next week. I know that I've got a few people that might be watching this right now saying, hey, wait a minute. You said you were going to be talking about virtual consults today. Our guest had to postpone. I think he had an appointment that he didn't realize he had. So we're going to get this gentleman on. Dr. Ed Lowe is going to be with us hopefully next Friday.
Oh, he said his name.
I did. I revealed it. And he's having a ton of success with virtual consults. So we want to pick his brain and figure out, talk a little bit about his success and how he's getting there.
Also with the tool that we set up for him.
We did that.
We did it. He's getting patients with that sucker.
He's getting cosmetic dentistry patients with that sucker, I believe. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think it's
when we talk about new patients, we're not talking about like a single unit posterior. We're talking about like reconstruction, cosmetic stuff.
Well,
orthodontics.
I think aesthetic work is what.
Oh yeah, he's got
Dr. Lowe's special.
Oh, and we'll talk to Ed about like his aesthetics versus cosmetic
dentistry. Yeah,
we'll talk to him about that next week.
What's the difference between aesthetics and cosmetic dentistry?
What do you think it is? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, that's actually a good question.
I don't know why I'm pointing.
We should throw that question out there for the group to say for next week. Your homework assignment is
What is?
What's the difference between cosmetic and aesthetic?
Let us know.
Okay, so next week we're going to hopefully have him on to talk about virtual consultations and how it's bringing value to his practice. I've said that twice now.
That's all I got.
I hope that's all I got.
Can we repeat anything that we've already said?
And I'm excited. We've got 3 or 4 awesome guests lined up for the next few weeks. So rounding out 2022 with some strong guests on the show, plus entering January with another batch of amazing clinicians and consultants. That's all I got. Mic drop. I dropped this mic, but it's on a stand.
You know, we started off 2022 like doing. We were in the studio here like every week, and then we disappeared. We came back
Because you got too busy, apparently.
It happens. Okay. That's
Enjoy your weekend.
Yep.
Happy Friday.
And,
And it's snowing, so please be safe.
oh, we should have closed with a little Christmas song, but
No, do it. Do we have one?
I don't.
Okay, well, it's not close enough to Christmas for that yet, so maybe next week.
Okay.
That is all.
Goodbye.
Happy dentistry.